Hello, everyone. Welcome to Worship Media. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell.
All right, everybody. We're back. We're back. I know this time around the audio is working because I already fixed what was causing the problem. The problem was there was an app. There was an app that we're using. Whoa, Timia Balarak. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Elvis. Thank you, Rita. There was an app that I was using for recording, and it was in the background, so it was shutting down my microphone. But right now it's fixed and we're back. Like I said, I am so overjoyed. I'm so happy. You guys know that. Thank you so much, Gutley, Denizad. Thank you so much. You guys know that Omoyele Sowore has been in DSS detention now for over 16 days. And a lot of you are very worried about him. A lot of you. Today I'm going to be talking about fear, just basically about fear. And then I'm going to be showing you what kind of fear is the right kind of fear that you should have. Tosin, Irede, Jennifer, thank you so much for coming on now. But I want to report to you that Omoyele Sowore is in very, very high spirit. And that is really very encouraging to all of us. And for those of you who who call me every day, you're worried. 21 days in DSS custody. Well, you know why? The thing is that we're not even counting. For those of us who know Omoyele Sowore, for those of us who are in this thing for real, we assume that they're planning to keep him there for 3 years. Let me tell you something. Those guys, they are not joking. They are mean, they are wicked for real. And they in their minds, they'll be planning to keep him for 3 years and hoping that Buhari's regime will last for 3 years. So it doesn't matter anything to us. Sowore himself doesn't count the days. He just knows that he will continue to agitate all with his whole life. Okay, let the lawyers do their own thing. Let the protesters on the street do their own thing. Let bloggers, let everybody do whatever they're doing. He is okay. But just like someone in a VIP ward in a hospital, it doesn't matter how good they treat you. You want to go home to your loved ones. You want to go home to keep doing what you're doing. We don't want Sowore to be there. We want him to release him. He has not done anything for them to keep him there. At least even follow the laws of the land, bring him to court. Recently, you guys know they just released trumped up charges on him. What they're trying to do is this. Let me tell you the analogy. So they go and they pick him up. Before you pick somebody up, you need to before you pick somebody up, you need to first of all have something against him. They didn't have anything against Sowore, and they went and picked him up. Now, after they picked him up, then they needed to say that he did something bad. So they went and they were asking the court to allow them to hold him for 90 days. 90 days to find out something that you were very sure of. So you didn't have a case in the first place. You're just holding the person down for nothing, because if you had a case, then you would just, why would you be looking for it? Okay, give me 1 second. Let me fix something and I'll be back. Okay, good. So I fixed it. So you see, they didn't have anything against him. They needed 90 days. When the judge says, no, 90 days is too much, then give them 45 days. Within this 45 days, Sowore's lawyer, Femi Falana, went to court and filed an affidavit. And because it was expedited, I'm not a lawyer, I cannot cut my tongue. They had 7 days to be able to hear this affidavit. Now, that 7 days was supposed to expire yesterday. And by yesterday, they hadn't done anything. They hadn't said anything. Falana had to storm the court and tell them, are you guys crazy? I filed an affidavit here and you guys have not attended to it. But because a court in Lagos summoned DSS to appear before it to come and explain why they are holding Sowore. They now ran to judge again and now put all those trumped up charges against Omoyele Sowore, that he met with Nnamdi Kanu, he met with a terrorist, he did this, he has people sponsoring him, he's planning to overthrow the government of Muhammadu Buhari. When you arrested him the first time, you said you found a video where he was saying that DSS will not exist. A video he did with Abdul Karim. That was your evidence. When it looked like it's no longer sticking, now you're looking for something to put him down, a reason to hold him. We are watching. We are watching. We make with the scene now. People talk say, Nisa Abibu man. Ijili onye jife nwata wenye aka enu aka lobia elo. Person wey carry small pikin off, hold her up. Small time when in arm begin to pain her, it go bring her down. The small pikin go chop the pop off. That is interpretation of my proverb. You know, I told you guys I talk a lot with proverbs. But today, on a serious note, with the high energy that Sowore is exhibiting in detention, I want to teach you guys, I want to show you guys the kind of fear that you should fear. Because everybody, I'm tired, but I appreciate it. But I'm tired of a lot of guys sending me messages and saying, Chidi, please, my brother, please, stop talking. Please. Are you not afraid? Please, I fear for you. I fear, please, stop talking. I'm like, look, I'm afraid. I fear. All of us fear. But I'll tell you the kind of fear that we fear. And I'll tell you the kind of fear that you should be fearing. There are some kind of fears that are unwarranted. There are some kind of fear that you should not be fearing. But there are some kind of fear that you should be fearing. That is the kind of fear that Omoyele Sowore fears. That's the kind of fear that Nnamdi Kanu fears. That's the kind of fear that everybody who is agitating for justice in Nigeria fears. That's the kind of fear that Falana fears. That's the kind of fear that Fela Anikulapo Kuti fears. That's the kind of fear that people like Dede, people like Abdul Karim, all of them, that's the kind of fear that they fear. Before we go on, I need to play a little video for you. The kind of security that the police, you know, when there's an armed robbery case happening and you call the police in Nigeria, they don't show up. When there's a kidnapping going on, reporting live, you call them, video phone from where you're hiding. They won't show up. You run to a checkpoint where police is. You tell them, please, there's shooting going on. Oh, just down the road, there's shooting. You people can even hear it. Make we do waiting. What you want make we do? They will not show up. But when there was a protest, civil protest, people gathered together fountain at the fountain, when they call it a monument or whatever in Abuja. You know, Deji. Let me show you when they gathered. I did not believe that Nigerian police had that amount of security to come and stop people complaining about the insecurity in Nigeria. I want to show you the amount of security personnel that they sent to stop them. They are not even up to 20 people. They are not even up to 20 people. They are not armed though. They are not armed robbers. They are not kidnappers. But see the amount of security that was sent to people that are complaining about insecurity in Nigeria. Watch. And this is courtesy of Viable TV. Viable TV, I beg. No slam me or no tell them. No say na we. Make I use your video. Small. Okay. Soldiers, we saw police. So see. See? This one is still small though. Wait, you will soon see. From here. Okay. I think from this point. Where are they? Where are they, sir? Wait, from here. From here, just watch. See the amount. You would think that a war is happening. You would think that they are coming to face 1 million protesters. This thing you're seeing here, if you know the number of people that all these people came to stop, see how many cars. See, they are still coming. with fire service. There's no fire burning. When fire is burning and you call them, you see fire service. When fire is burning and you call them, they'll tell you there's no water.
I know.
I'm telling you, look at the number of police they had, you know, and all of these things is just for people. Air Force, come. This one is Air Force, headquarters of Nigerian Air Force. They all came. Now, these people, you see the amount of security that they are coming to use to stop people who were speaking against insecurity in Nigeria. Why? Because they are afraid. Because of fear. It's because of fear that the government has. That is why they are sending this amount of policemen to harmless protesters. They were just assembling somewhere to talk. This one is not that they were, like maybe they were going around the place, and they were not even doing a march at all. They were just there, they're standing and talking, and they sent all that police. But let me show you something. These same people, let me show you police college. Let me show you police college, so that you see these same people that are coming to stop people who are even protesting against their own condition. Let me tell you the condition of the police in Nigeria. Police college. This is a video that some Sahara reporters did a long time ago.
Turning to
Hold on. Let's put this on mute so that you guys should be able to see this college. You see, this is police college in Nigeria. What you're seeing is police college. Police college, this is where these policemen are trained. Look at their condition. These same people that they will send to come and be dispersing protesters. This is how they train Nigeria police. Are you surprised at how they come out behaving? This is where they live. This is where they bath. Nigeria police. Look at. See. Look at that. Can you imagine?
Now, it's difficult to imagine that this is where serving police officers stay. You can see the ground is so rough. And what the police officers, actually serving police officers staying here, what they have done is to use these cupboards. You can see the cupboards everywhere. They've used the cupboards now to partition and create a space for themselves. You have actually quite a number of serving police officers living here. Now, the reason they're staying here is just because they do not have accommodation in town. They do not have accommodation in police barracks across the state. And so in order not to get stranded, some of them are live here. And then he's inside the toilets. Just 4 of them are actually functional. The others are not. So 107 people coming here to make use of just 4 toilet facilities. Let me show you what the bathroom looks like, where the recruits now have their baths. Here you have it. This place stinks. It stinks very, very badly. You can just take a look. Look at the whole place. It's a total mess, a total and complete mess. And by the way, let me just say this, that water does not run here because the recruits coming here carrying their water in their buckets. Now the waters don't run. The shower doesn't work anymore. You can just take a look at this, for instance. It's not worked, and I've been told it's not worked now for a number of years. And the place is just a total mess, and it smells so very badly.
This is where policemen live. This is a police college. Now, people like Omoyele Sowore are afraid of this kind of condition that Nigerian citizens of the most populous nation in Africa, citizens of the richest nation in Africa. This is the conditions they have to go through. And this is what Omoyele Sowore is afraid of. This is what Dr. Chidi Nwayanwu is afraid of. That is the kind of fear that you too should be having. That's the kind of fear that should propel you to action. I'm telling you, but the government is afraid. I wrote it down somewhere. The government is afraid of where people gather together, where people gather to discuss the future of this country. They organized a symposium in Lagos, and they sent policemen, plenty policemen, to come and disperse them. And they shut down the place. They refused for anything to happen until Falana himself had to come before they opened the place. Why are you afraid of people who are talking about fixing your country? That's the wrong kind of fear. No. You should be afraid of Boko Haram running over the country. That's what the government should be afraid of. You should be afraid of Fulani herdsmen who are killing people every day. When all these things started, they used to come to my Facebook page and people will curse me. They will harass me. They say, Chidi, they pay you to talk all this nonsense. There is nothing happening. Why do you always say Fulani herdsmen? Why don't you just call them bandits? I'm bandits. Or call them, what is that other name? Or just call them another name. But why do you keep saying Fulani herdsmen? Until it became very obvious that most of these kidnaps were it became so obvious that the perpetrators of all this kidnapping were Fulani herdsmen. 90-something% of all of them. Now everybody can now say it is Fulani herdsmen. Before, if you say Fulani herdsmen, they'll come to your Facebook page and start worrying you. That is who the government should be afraid of. Don't be afraid of people who are not armed, people who are complaining about the state of the nation. Don't be afraid of that, okay? Foreign invasion. Let me tell you something. Nigerian government, the military, what they should be afraid of, that's what reasonable countries do. You be afraid of foreign invasion. You be afraid of intruders. You be afraid of people coming to, challenge your sovereignty as a nation. But nobody is interested in Nigeria. Nobody is interested in attacking you people. The only problem you have is within you. While other people are fortifying their borders, while other people are training their military to be 2019 compliant, not to still acting like they're in 1665. You cannot even handle Boko Haram. Go and look at soldiers crying, doing videos of them in the war front without good support. Those are the people that should be afraid. How about our politicians? Our politicians now, they are ready with money. They are ready with people on the internet to attack you. If you say anything about anybody, they will attack you. They are so afraid of losing their popularity. They will spend the last money they have to mobilize a crowd to welcome them back when they are coming, to create the impression that they still have the support that people think they don't have. They will spend all the money that they have to buy up the media. They will spend all the money they have to give interviews. You are afraid of losing your popularity. That is the wrong kind of fear. You should be afraid of your place, the constituency that you represent. You should be afraid that the schools are dilapidated. You should be afraid that people are no longer going to school. You should be afraid that your constituency is not agriculturally sustainable by the kind of practices that is prevalent in that place. You should be afraid that your people will die because there are no hospitals. That's what you should be afraid of. Not being afraid of bloggers talking about you, not being afraid of people condemning you. You that is a servant of the people. You see, it is misplaced priority. Our elected officials do not even understand what their duty is, because you are busy chasing people around. You're busy chasing people around for talking about you. You're busy chasing people around for criticizing you. Why? You're afraid of what the next person is going to say, so you are intimidating them and harassing them. Why not you become afraid that you're not succeeding? Why? Why not you become afraid that when you come back, that your people will chase you? No, you know what? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid that they will beat you. Don't be afraid that they will attack you. Keep being afraid of what they are saying. If I were you, I'll be afraid. In fact, the fear of your people is a very good fear. So keep trying to suppress it, but where it is coming from, I can assure you that that place is very, very deep. So you keep being afraid that people will do this or do that or talk. What does talk do? We're telling you, we that are talking, we are pointing you to the real problem that you have, and you don't want to listen. You're busy going after the people that are talking, but the things we are telling you about, you're not doing anything about it. You should be busy trying to respond to the concerns of your people. We keep talking, we keep shouting, we keep making noise. If you're wise, you should turn around and say, let me even see what these people are talking about. Not busy trying to gag us, trying to shut down our account, trying to spam our profiles, and no, that is rubbish. It doesn't make sense. Okay, I don't even want to waste my time again on people who are getting beaten, people who are being attacked, and all of those things. Nobody promotes violence, but let me tell you something. You must always realize that nobody has a monopoly of violence. Your people face violence, maybe not directly from you, but they face all kinds of violence from Fulani headsmen. They face violence from kidnappers. They face violence from people who rape them. They face all kinds of violence every day. So if they push you, why shouldn't you take a little bit of what they are taking? And people, this is my stand. When you choose to be a leader of the people, you have it comes as a package. It's a whole big package. And these people know it. In the Senate, they talked about it. They all said, even Amechi said, yes, the reason why we are stealing is you people have not stoned us. That if you stone us, then we will learn our lesson. It's not Chidi that said it. It's Amechi that said it. Dino Melaya said, before these people begin to attack us, so they know already now. So why are we pretending that we don't know these things? And when it happens, you come out and you're telling German government, prosecute the people, don't prosecute the people. No problem now. Let them prosecute the people. And for you, like me, the ordinary citizens of Nigeria, do not be afraid to speak. Do not, see, you don't have another country. What you have is Nigeria. A lot of people like me, we are fortunate to have alternative countries. We are fortunate to have a place but some of you don't have that alternative. Some people who live in the diaspora, some people by birth, they are Europeans, they have European nationality, they relocated to America, they have American nationality, and they are citizens of Nigeria. Their parents are from Nigeria, they have Nigerian nationality, they have 3 nationalities. Some people have 4 nationalities. If this one doesn't work, they use this one. If this one doesn't work, they use this one. But how about you? You don't have any alternative. Nigeria is all you have. You live in Nigeria. You're not even able to get visa to travel. Why are you afraid of speaking up? You must speak up now. You must. Because if you can no longer speak up, if you're living in a place where you can no longer complain, then you are a living dead. I'm telling you, you are a living dead. If they have taken away from you the right to talk, because that is what is happening right now. People are afraid. In fact, it's so terrible. You're afraid that you might not find food to eat tomorrow. You're afraid that armed robbers will attack you. You're afraid that you will have accident on the road. You're afraid that you'll be kidnapped. You are afraid that you might die of typhoid, even ordinary typhoid. You are afraid that you might not have light. You are afraid that somebody may poison your food with a sniper. You are afraid, you are afraid, you are afraid, you are afraid, you are afraid that you will not get a job. You are afraid that you may not be able to marry because you don't have enough money. You are afraid, fear everywhere. On top of that, somebody is beating you. The government is beating you with unemployment. The government is beating you with no infrastructure. The government is beating you with no provision of hospital, of schools. And if you want to cry, they tell you not to cry. They shut you up because you are afraid to talk. You have become a coward. You have been beat to a point where you're no longer talking. Instead of facing your fear of not being able to talk, you turn around and you begin to criticize people like me. Am I living with you there? And people will say, hey, he's bragging again. No, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. You are the one feeling it right now. You are the one who should be doing this video. You are the one who should be leading a protest. I'm telling you, if you're my friend and you're living in Nigeria, take this from me. It's not me that should be doing this. It is you. It's you now. Who doesn't have the lights? Is it not you? Who? Rainy season. Go now. You see how your roads are. Go. You can't even travel. They're going to shut down Enugu airport. For my friends in Enugu, what are you going to do? How many hours will it take you now to travel from? Because if you're flying, no matter what money you have, you can't, unless you want to go and buy a private jet. If you buy a private jet, you cannot land at the airport. There's no airport anymore when they shut it down. So now you have to travel from Port Harcourt or from Sowore or from Anambra. Through which road? The express is gone. The old road that Governor Sullivan built, it is gone. All of them are gone. You are there shouting, buru, 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 Enugu State in the house of God. Continue. So when today they say they are kidnapping, no, don't say there's no kidnapping in Enugu. Ekweremadu came back, millions of you went and received him. So invariably, you people are saying that Enugu is perfect, everything is working fine. You're saying that the whole of Nigeria is working fine. So it's almost like we're wasting our time. Honestly, that's why you saw me write on my wall the other day. Why am I so bothered about Nigeria? Because the people who live in Nigeria, they're not bothered. Honestly, you're not bothered. And if this is making you angry, I don't care, because that's the truth. I should open the pages of the newspaper and be hearing that people are holding their leaders to account. You are afraid already. Your means of livelihood has been taken from you. Salaries are not paid. And you cannot complain. So you're just going to die in silence. What kind of a life is that? What kind of a life is that? You are the ones that should pick up the placard and be protesting. You don't already have a job. You've not had a job for the past 3 years. So what is there if you devote one day to protesting? I'm telling you, it is better for you to go and stand by the side of the road and protest. Because the 3 years, how have you been surviving? Let me even ask. Because all these people who are trolling on Facebook, all these people who are attacking your YouTube videos, they don't have a job even. They don't. And we are trying to at least create awareness about your condition, and you still keep yapping and yapping and yapping. You have joined forces with the same people who are oppressing you. Anything they talk, you go and like it. Say, honorable, you do well, oh. Come on now. They come back, they chatter all of you, they give you 1,000, 2,000. You accept it. Anyways, so we're back. We did not even stop at all. We just had to take care of business. If you don't see me doing videos every day, a lot is going on in the background. A lot of agitation is going on. The United Nations and so many other people know about Sowore's incarceration. pressures are being mounted on the government. People are working very hard. DSS, they know that they goofed. They goofed big time. And because they goofed, they are running around trying to hand. The funny thing, that's where I will even praise the Nigerian public. That's where I want to thank all of you. The funny thing is that the charges that they trumped against Sowore, they are so ridiculous and laughable. And I don't even want to go into that. They have evidence. Let them go and produce their evidence and let's follow the law. But bring the man to court. You are sure that he did what you say he did. Just bring him to court. You have evidence. You have everything. Why you are afraid of bringing him to court? That's again the wrong kind of fear that you should be having. Go and be fearing where you should be fearing. Don't be fearing where you should not be fearing. All right? Guys, please don't be fearing for me. Don't be fearing for Sowore. Don't be fearing for anybody else who is trying to do what they think they have been called to do. Because this thing is beyond just talking. We see it as a call to duty. It's a generational cause. It's a generational call. Okay? It's a cause. Not a cause as in a bad way. It is a cause, it's a mission that we all must embark on. If you hear that call and you refuse to answer to that call, God himself will raise other people and he will just shove you aside. Didn't you hear that? If human beings that God created do not serve him, he will raise stones to serve him. God can do it. So don't think that you are too much. If you hear it and God is asking you to do something, to write something, to make a comment, to just be restless. You're already restless now. You're already restless, but you are so afraid of what they will do to you. But you're not afraid of you remaining in that condition. If you've been in that condition for the past some of you have not had any consistent job for the past 10 years. I am not kidding. I'm not kidding. Some of you do not have jobs for the past how many months? How many years? You know very well. So you know that I'm telling you the truth. That's why you're feeling very uncomfortable. That's why you're not liking what I'm saying. There's a lot of cowards amongst you. Lots of cowards. Stop coming to tell me, Chidi, be careful with these people. Or Chidi, be careful. So what? Be careful and then what? Go and sit down and clap for myself for not doing anything, or go through life knowing that at my own time there was a call, but out of what? Out of selfishness, I refuse to answer to that call. That's not me. It's not me. That's not me. Okay, if it is the will of God, if God has ordained it, God will perfect everything. He will be God by himself, and at the end, he alone will get the glory and the honor of everything that happened. And I can assure you that I've said it 1,001 times. I will stay in front of a screen like this, in front of a camera like this, and we'll discuss about this period. But we'll be discussing about it when all of this thing is resolved, when the oppressors have been dealt with by the oppressed, when victory will come back to where it belongs, where power has come back to the people that it belongs, because power belongs to the people, not to a few individuals. We will refuse to be intimidated. No way. You have the army, you have the police, you have yes, so you can do and undo. But we are not afraid of what will happen, because what will happen will happen. Nothing can. It's already the one that has happened is worse than what you would ever do. The worst, the ultimate you can do is to try to take the life of a human being. But you can only take the life of a human being when God allows it. If God has not allowed it, you will just try, but in vain, you will not succeed. Thank you so much, everybody. Sorry I didn't see your comments. I always take the comments away. I'm going to flip it back and see some of your comments, and then send a shout out to some of you. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody else that I did not recognize, thank you so much. Just a run through. Where is this Tosin? Irede, thank you so much. Thank you, Erica, again. Clara Isua, thank you. Rock, more money. Jeffrey Lewis, Osas John, James Shegun, Odebumi, Stella Wilkie says Major General Buhari was one of the leaders of the military coup of December 1983 that overthrew the democratic elected government of Shehu Shagari. Buhari justified the military power by civilian government. Don't mind them. Adebowale Adiatu, Omoye Oladele, Raphael. Hey, Raphael. How are you, my brother? Good job you're doing. Keep it up. It's a Sonny. They never had any job since they finished secondary school. Oh, don't mind them. Oluwadele Bolitife, thank you so much, my man. John, Architect John, thanks. Oh, Pastor Aikilonze. My brother, thank you so much, but we should speak up. We should speak up, man. Men of God in Nigeria, I'm a little bit disappointed. You guys should speak up. Whenever we're talking, you say, no, it's not Christ-like. You have to be gentle. No, Jesus Christ was a radical. Jesus Christ was a radical. Go and check the life of Jesus Christ. He was always in confrontation with leaders. He called them, you brood of vipers. He was very, very mad at them. He did not even mince words with them. He called them, you wolves in sheep clothing. He got so angry with what was happening in the temple that he used a stick and he drove them away. How did they treat him? They treated him like a common criminal. So when that's to tell you, see, when people understand the life that Jesus Christ lived, and if you're a Christian, you should be acting differently. Honestly, you should not just calm down like nothing. Didn't you hear in the Bible where they say, is there not a cause? Is there not a cause? Why are we just sleeping? Why is there calmness in the camp? When there is a cause out there, there is a reason for us to be agitated. Why do we keep quiet? It's very frustrating. We still go to church like normal. We still go to church on Sunday, come back, preach prosperity, come back. We just keep avoiding what. No. We should. Did you see Reverend Fathers? I'm not, don't get me wrong. But Reverend Fathers, they have been there since. They've been there. Talking small, like once in Enugu, until one of them was killed. Then they carried placards. They carried placards and they went on the streets with their cassock. Even Father and Baka, they were on the street with placards. Who would have believed that Reverend Fathers will carry placard? If they tried it before, somebody would say it's not holy. Did one of them have to be killed? Okay, for the Pentecostal church, how many Pentecostal church pastors have been kidnapped? How many of them have been killed? Some are still in the hands of the kidnappers now. What else do you want before you rise up? Do you know how many? And they are looking up to you. That's the funny thing. The congregation is looking up to the leadership of the church. So you have a big question to answer. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? You are afraid of mere mortal. When the Bible has told us, come, let me show you who you should be afraid of. You should not be afraid of the one that kills the flesh, but the one who owns the life, who can take life. You should be afraid of God. And God has sent us as his battle axe. I don't even know. I don't think people understand it. First man, Idiahi, Prince Julius, thank you so much. Stephen Anthony, Angela. Auntie Angela, good to have you. Eze Sonny, Asuko, and everybody else, thank you so much. Atanda, Olaoluwa, thank you, everybody. It's been fun talking with you guys. Like I said, I missed you, but everything is on track. We are undaunted. We are not fearful, and you shouldn't be fearful too. These people, they are just making you guys afraid. There's no need to be afraid, okay? Let's keep doing what we're doing. Let's keep posting. Let's keep agitating. Special special greetings to the President Buhari's special assistant on media, Loretta Onochie. Madam, they don't sack you now, Abi. So we're not going to see you again. Abi, you go still the. I've not even seen you tweeted anything. Shebi, you love the administration so much. You love Buhari so much. You attack all of us on Facebook, following us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram. Oh yeah, now how market, Madam Loretta? Nonsense. All right, guys. See you guys when I come back to you again. Bye bye.